recently, the United Nations had a vote, 14-0 in the Security Council, with the United States abstaining, saying that the settlements are illegal. Also, of course, saying that the terrorism that happens from the Palestinian side is terrible. And so it was balanced in a way that the U.S. government felt that they could let the vote continue without vetoing it as they normally do. Now, according to international law, in almost every country on the planet, those settlements are illegal and in Palestinian territory. They are impeding the peace process, which would give two-state solution, two free, we hope, democratic and peaceful states of Israel and Palestine. It appears that the Trump administration and the Netanyahu administration are now pushing towards a one-state solution where they occupy the West Bank, do not allow them to vote, and simply occupy the Palestinians, millions of Palestinians, for as long as the eye can see. And so now John Kerry gave a speech saying, not a good idea. It's not going to help you, Israel. And we're your friend. And as your friend, we're telling you, please turn around. This is not going to end well for Israel. And we're trying to look out for you. Now, Netanyahu did not take it that way because he's a right-winger and he thinks, no, I'll get everything I want. The other side will get absolutely nothing. If there's conflict, it drives up my poll numbers. Now, people die, you know. Yeah, but last time I had a conflict with the Palestinians, I went up to 80% approval rating. So that's the logic of right-wingers. So he doesn't want to talk about peace or two-state solutions. So he was furious with what had happened in the UN. We were scolded by the Israelis, as if we take money from Israel instead of Israel taking money from us, as if they gave us the Iron Dome instead of we giving them the Iron Dome that protects them from terrorism and missiles. The hubris is stunning. And we weren't the only ones who were scolded. Everyone in the Security Council was reprimanded by Israel. Wait a minute, no, the world reprimanded you. And there he's turning around, he's like, no. And there was 4 countries that brought the resolution forward. Among them were New Zealand and Senegal. Let's find out what happened there. Following the vote, Netanyahu ordered diplomatic moves against countries that voted for the resolution. He summoned the envoys of countries involved in and recalled Israel's ambassador to New Zealand and Senegal, 2 of the 4 countries that submitted the resolution. New Zealand, your ambassador has been recalled and you have been scolded. Okay. But wait, New Zealand didn't do anything illegal. The whole world isn't saying, hey, New Zealand, stop that. That's outrageous and it violates the rights of other human beings. Israel did that. But because they were in the wrong, nope, the whole world is wrong. The whole world is wrong. But lucky for them, they have one person on their side, and that is the new president-elect. Now, not on the side of Israel, because as their top ally, the United States, is saying, this is not going to help you. It is going to give you perpetual war. But on the side of the right-wingers in Israel, who don't mind the perpetual war. That's how they profit off of it. So Trump decided that he was going to weigh in and go, UN, don't worry about that, Netanyahu. So here's his video on that.
Very, very strong on Israel. I think Israel's been treated very, very unfairly by a lot of different people. You look at resolutions in the United Nations, you take a look at what's happened. They're up for 20 reprimands. When do you see the United Nations solving problems? They don't. They cause problems. So if it lives up to the potential, it's a great thing. And if it doesn't, it's a waste of time and money.
Okay, so Netanyahu sees this and goes, yes, a fellow right-winger who's also pro-war and anti-peace, wonderful, and anti-United Nations, the whole world working together. Who wants that? No, no, no. Let's drive us apart from one another. So he tweets, President-elect Trump, thank you for your warm friendship and your clear-cut support for Israel. And he also went on to say, and this is very important, quote, I could not have said it better myself about what Trump said about the UN. Now, by the way, let's just note for the record book here that Israel loved the United Nations when it created Israel. So back then, the UN was awesome. And now when it's saying, hey, maybe you should also look out for the Palestinians. How dare the United Nations? I mean, talking about establishing states, outrageous. That's how Israel was created. Okay, and by the way, the UN was right back then. You could argue about, I mean, everybody goes back 1,000 years and no, this was biblical land and that was that land and it drives me crazy. No, they should have put somewhere else, yada, yada. But the United Nations worked together after the Holocaust and said, the Jews should have their own homeland. They created Israel. And the world celebrated, Israel celebrated, obviously. Now they're saying, hey, we should also look out for the Palestinians. And the right-wingers in Israel, like Netanyahu, go, no way! I loved the UN when it was on my side, but now when it's united against me and wants to protect these Palestinians I want to occupy forever, I can't believe the UN would dare do anything like this. But the whole point of this story is, be careful. Be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. So you're not casting your lot, Netanyahu, with Donald Trump. Okay, you're excited that you got Trump on your side. My guess is very soon you will not be excited because Donald Trump is already enormously unpopular. The most unpopular president-elect we have ever had. Even on the day of the election that he won, 60% unfavorable numbers. And not much better today. So he's underwater already, much more unfavorables than favorables. And he's yet to take many of the disastrous actions that I believe he will take. I think he will become as unpopular as George W. Bush, who left office with approval ratings in the 20s. Could he get to Cheney level, where Cheney got an approval rating, I think, around 13% before he left office? It is possible, and that is what Trump and Netanyahu are. They are Cheneys. So that does not end well with at the end of the day, and I know they win plenty of elections. Trump kind of won this election. Bush and Cheney won twice. Netanyahu's won plenty of times. But at the end of the day, your own electorate goes, oh, what have we done? All these guys gave us was disaster after disaster, war after war, no peace, no stability, no security, none of the promises they gave us. The second thing that he's doing is, I don't think Netanyahu realizes to what degree he's not only alienating a lot of Americans who already dislike Trump, more Americans that will dislike him as things go forward, if I'm right, but he's, I think, also alienating a lot of Jewish Americans who do not like Donald Trump at all. And I'm basing that based on the poll numbers, based on the percentage of the vote in this election and in previous elections. So I think losing the support of Jewish Americans or losing their respect as you back this clown, you might be giddy now, but I think in the long run, that is a terrible idea. And, I won't shed a tear for him because politically, if we could just get, a sensible centrist government in Israel, let alone left-wing, I think all of the people of the world, the Israelis, the Palestinians, the U.S., everybody's going to be in better shape if we could just get back to a guy like Yitzhak Rabin who is willing to do peace. If you want to see this happen, donate $3, $20, $27, whatever you can afford. You know that if everybody that's watching this video donated right now, we could stop the fundraising because we'd have enough. So go to tytnetwork.com/go. We'll wait while you make the donation. Thank you for doing it and for building a great new journalism team. And thanks for watching.